question, question number 3. And let me just zoom this question a little bit here for you. Now see, now that's clearly visible. So have a look. That also belongs to the very first module, algebra. Okay, and that also belongs to the same topic, that is linear function in two variables. Okay, so have a look what question number 3 is saying. So question number 3 is saying the graph of the function f where y is equals to fx models the total cost y in dollars. Okay, so obviously on the y-axis, what we are measuring? So we are measuring total cost, that too in dollars. Okay, now for a certain video game system and X games, that means what? This is the cost of a certain video game system, okay, corresponding to the X video game. So we can say on the X-axis the games are measured. Is it clear? Like what this graph is representing? So on the y-axis, the total cost of the video game has been given to you, and on the x-axis, the X games are given to you. Okay, now have a look. What is the best interpretation of the slope of the graph in this context? Okay, so again they are asking like what is the best interpretation of the slope of the graph? Okay, so here I'm going to put down some stars that it is asking for the slope. Okay, so first of all, for this given slope, let's just find out, for this given graph, let's just find out what the slope is. Then only we can conclude anything on the slope, isn't it? So how to find the slope? See, whenever the graph is given to you, so always pick 2 points. Okay, so let's say if my points are x1, y1 and another point is x2, y2. Okay, so if this is the case, then in this case the slope m can be represented by the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so this is the formula to find out the value of slope. So you have to apply the same formula, but in order to apply that formula, you have to pick any 2 points. Okay, so let's just choose any those 2 random points, and let me just zoom this question a little bit again. Yes, now that's clearly visible. Okay, so have a look on the x value 0. What is the value of y? Can I say this 100 is the value of y? Can I say so? And if it is so, so can I say the very first point would be what? 0, 100. That means whenever there is no game present, then also the total cost of that video game system would be what? $100. Okay, in the similar fashion, when we have 10 games, okay, so what is the total cost of this video game system? Can I say 350? So obviously another point I'm going to have is 10, 350. Okay, now I have those 2 points. So with the help of these values, with the help of this formula which we just have discussed, now see, have a look on the formula. Can't we find out the value of slope? Of course we can do that. So just apply the same formula. So it would be what? Y2 minus y1, that means 350 minus 100 divided by x2 minus x1, that means 10 minus 0. Okay, now it would become what? 250 divided by 10. So obviously the slope value comes out as what? 25. So this is the slope of this whole graph. Okay, now have a look on the statements. Okay, like what the options are saying about the slope. See, here the very first option is saying each game costs $25. Okay, so just now we got to know the slope value is 25, but we have not discussed the actual logical meaning of slope. So because it has the value 25, so we can keep this option in the choice. We cannot switch the correct one. Okay, so let's just keep this one in the choice. Then option B is saying the video game system cost $100. Okay, now have a look on the slope value. Is its value is 100? No, not at all. So because it is carrying something else, okay, because the question is asking about the interpretation of the slope, okay, and slope is 25. And in this statement, there is no such 25 values present. So definitely my option B is going to be what? The incorrect one. Okay, now let's just try for option C. So it is saying the video game system costs $25. So again, we do have this number, so we can keep it in the choice. Okay, we'll discuss the logical meaning later also. Okay, then have a look on option D. Each game costs $10, $100 only. Okay, so is it the correct one? No, because the slope value is 25 and it is saying something else. Okay, so obviously option D is also going to be the incorrect one. Okay, now I have 2 options. One is option A and one is option C. So we need to choose like which one is correct. So how to choose that? See, on the numerical value of slope, we have rejected 2 incorrect options. Okay, now in order to find the correct option, now you have to understand the logical meaning of slope. Okay. Now see guys, whenever I have the like I have the y-intercept form. Okay. That means I have the slope intercept form which looks like y is equals to mx plus c. Okay. Where m represents what? Slope. So what does m logical mean? So slope means if I increase the value of x, then by how much my y either increase or decrease. That's what the logical meaning of slope is. Okay. So if the value of m is positive, okay, let's say it is positive. That means what? If we increase the value of x by 1, then y will definitely increase by the slope. Is it clear to you? If the value of slope is positive, that means what? On increasing x by 1, y will increase. But by how much? That will increase by slope. Okay. Similarly, if the value of m is negative, that means what? Whenever we increase the value of x by 1, then your y value will get decreased by slope by a. Is it clear? Okay. So that's what the logical meaning of slope is. Okay. Now have a look. Actually, have a look on either option A or option C. See, it is saying option A is saying the each game cost $25, and option C is saying the video game system cost $25. Okay. So why here in this context, in respect to our question, represents what? It represents the total cost of y. Okay. So is it slope representing the total cost? No, because it is telling you like by how much y will get increased. It is not at all representing the total cost, because see, the total cost will be the summation of mx plus c. Are you getting my point? This y-intercept, this c is also there. So if you want to conclude anything about the total cost of the video game system, so definitely then it has to be the value of y. Okay. And it is not the value of y, it is the value of your slope. Are you getting my point? So with this logic, can I say option C is the incorrect one? Isn't it? Because the video game system doesn't cost $25. Are you getting my point? The minimum value of y is also 100. See, have a look on the graph. Let me just change the color of my pen. Even when there is no game present, that means when the x value is 0. So the value of y is what? 100. So obviously it cannot be less than 100. Are you getting my point? So definitely that cannot be the video game cost. And that is why option A is the correct one. That it means each game cost $25. Okay. So I hope the logical meaning along with the solution of this question is clear to everyone. See, here finding the correct option is not that important. Understanding the logical meaning of this question is very important. Okay. And of course, we can simplify this question only with the help of this formula. Okay. So this formula is also the key here. And along with that, the logical meaning, understanding the analysis of the slope intercept form, that is also very important. Okay, so I hope this important question number 3 is clear to everyone, and definitely that is going to be an important question. Okay, clear? Okay, guys.